Good morning, San Francisco! Thank you for being here. Thank you for your peaceful, nonviolent protest of the passage of Proposition 8, respecting Dr. Martin Luther King and Mahatma Gandhi and Cesar Chavez. We will keep it peaceful. And thank you also for electing Barack Obama president. Now let me tell you what else happened on November 4th. Yes, we came up 4 points short, but we did something much more miraculous. Keep in mind that the identical 14 words of Proposition 8 were before the California voters in March of 2000 in the form of Prop 22, which amended the family code as opposed to revising the Constitution. March 2000, we lost by 22 points. November 2008, we picked up 18 points. We gained 18, they lost 18. We've got the momentum. Public opinion's coming in our direction. They're holding on by a thread. We will have marriage equality in California. Now, let's look at their argument in support of Prop 8. They say that marriage is between a man and a woman because our Bible tells us so. Wait a second. There is a First Amendment right to everyone's freedom of religion in our democracy, but we don't live in a theocracy. The genius of our constitutional democracy is that everyone gets their freedom of religion, but no one religious book creates the laws of the land. No Bible, no Torah, no Koran. The holy books of our democracy are the Constitution, the Declaration of Independence, and the Bill of Rights. Those are our holy books. Now, these religious extremists, and let's call them what they are, they want a theocracy, not a democracy. Where have they been on social justice issues historically? Now, going back to the late 19th century, when legally and literally women were the property, as were their labor the property of their husbands, a law was changed so that women, for the first time anywhere on the planet, along with England, women could for the first time own property and sign contracts independent of their husbands. The religious right said, don't do that. Eve came from Adam's rib. The Bible says women are to defer to men. Don't change that law. And they lost that battle. Then, in 1920, when we were fighting for women's right to vote, the religious right said, do not do that. The sky will fall. Civilization as we know it will end. They opposed a woman's right to vote, and they lost that battle. 1954, the United States Supreme Court rules that we must integrate our public schools. The religious right fought that and said our Bible tells us that there are more superior human beings than others. They fought the integration of our public schools, and they lost that battle too. And then in 1967, when the Earl Warren U.S. Supreme Court finally ended the ban on interracial marriage, the judge in the Virginia versus Loving case actually said that the ban should stand because the good Lord put different races on different continents for a purpose, so we would not intermarry. They lost that battle too. So the religious right has been on the wrong side of history on every social movement. They're wrong on marriage equality. Loving, devoted same-sex couples have every right to their constitutional guarantee of equal protection under the law. You know, the drafters of the California State Constitution over 150 years ago were so forethoughtful. They understood the great and real risk of a religious or any other majority dominating a minority. And so the drafters of our Constitution included Article 18. Article 18 says very clearly that if you wish to make a major revision to our Constitution, not just amend it, for example, if you want to repeal equal protection under the law for one group of Californians, you must first go to the legislature so we can have a more deliberate, considered debate and get a 2/3 majority vote from both houses before you go to the voters. And the proponents of Prop 8 did not follow the Constitution. And that's why the Supreme Court must throw out Proposition 8. And they will! So, we should thank all of our coalition partners who have got us this far. We've closed that gap of 18 points in 8 years because every fighter for civil rights in California, including the California Council of Churches, an umbrella group of over 10 Christian denominations, support marriage equality, as does the ACLU and the California chapter of the NAACP. We thank you. And the United Farm Workers and the Mexican American Legal Defense and Educational Fund, Chinese for Affirmative Action, the Asian Law Caucus, the National Organization for Women, the Anti-Defamation League. Thank you for standing with us. And let me close by reciting the words of Cesar Chavez. In his poem to the farm worker, he said the following. Cesar Chavez said, "Help us to remember those who have died for justice because they have given us life. Help us to love even those who hate so we can change the world." We are changing the world. Thank you for standing up for the dignity, respect, validation of all loving couples in California, for protecting our democracy over theocracy, for protecting our constitutional democracy. We will win this fight. Thank you so much.